Subscribe to AmpCode and ring the notification bell to get the latest content.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing well. So basically, this lecture is all about GraphX. So in the previous lecture, we have seen all about what is GraphX library and how it gives you the capability to work with the graph computation and the graph algorithms. So this is pretty interesting part because most of us don't know what is graph data and how it works under the hood. So here, let's get our hands dirty and build a simple graphics application using the Scala because it is well more suited for Scala rather than the Apache PySpark. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for building any Spark application that we have seen so far, it is important to import your required packages which can be used down the line in your Spark application. So that only we are going to use. So here we are going to import our Spark session from the spark.sql as well as we are going to use the graph and edge methods, or we can say the functionality from the graphics library here. So here our graphics library will give you to create a graph on top of your data so that your data could be converted into vertices and the edges. So you can also call them as a nodes and relationship. So let's say if you have a social media graph, you will be having different users as the node which has the data related to all the users such as name, the age of the user, the country it belongs, and so on. And those users will be connected from some vertices, or we can say the relationships, like if some user follows another user, then there will be a follows relationship. If a same user friends with another user, then they will be having friends relationship. So all data is connected. It is not same as the relational data, but you can use your data frame which are nothing but in the structured format as rows and columns and convert them into your graph so that you can apply all sorts of graph computation algorithms on top of them. So the first step is to create a Spark session. So similar to PySpark, we are going to use the Spark session.builder method and we are going to give the app name here to create the Spark application. And we are going to use the get or create method to get the existing Spark session or create a new one for us. And here we are going to have some sample data here. So here we have the vertex array. So vertices are nothing but will represent the nodes in our graph. So basically we have some persons and their ages. So we have Alice, Bob, Charlie, and David, and we got the age as age of those all users. And we have the identifier for those array for those particular persons. So this is all about the vertex data. So this will represent the nodes in our graph. But what about the relationships? So that will come next. So as you can see, we got the age array and we are going to use the array method again here, and we are going to use the age method. So age will define the relationships in our graph. So basically we have the relationships going from 1L to 2L. So 1L means Alice to Bob and the relationship type is friend. So if you just convert it into graph and see it graphically, then it shows that Alice is friends with Bob because Alice has relationships going from her to Bob, and we have the relationship type as well, which is friend. Similarly, we got the follow relationship between the 2L and 3L, which means that Bob follows Charlie. This is so simple. If you understand it and imagine it graphically, it will make more sense. So similarly, we got another friend and follow relationships here. And once you have to create RDD on top of it. So basically for creating the RDD, we are going to use the parallelize method and pass those vertex arrays on top of it. So basically for creating a RDD, we are going to use the spark.spark context to create RDD using the parallelize method. So here we are going to create two data frame, two RDDs. The first one is the vertex RDD, which will have all the data nodes, as well as we got the relationship RDD, which is age RDD. And we are going to pass all those respective arrays to able to create those RDDs. And once you have two values, which is nothing but the nodes and relationship, then you can create our graph. So for creating the graph, we are going to use the graph method here. So graph method is the part of the graphics library which expects the nodes, which is nothing but the vertices, and the edges, which are nothing but the relationship RDDs. So you just have to pass the vertex RDD and the edge RDD inside it. It is very simple. So once you got the hold of your graph, then you can directly print, you can display the vertices and edges which are present in our graph. And as well, you can just maybe calculate the in degree of each vertices, as well as we can just find the youngest user who has a follow relationship using the filter operation and all the graph methods here. And some of the operations you already know, like the map operation here, the join operation here to join two RDDs together, as well as you got another map and the sort by key operation, which is nothing but a shuffling operation for your data frame, or we can say in this case RDD. So we can just directly ID or Scala ID to able to execute it, but let's get hands dirty and use Spark Shell instead, because that we haven't seen across the series. This is also very interactive way to execute your Spark queries in the command line itself. So I hope you already have Spark set up, because we have already set up Spark on your local system. So I'll just go ahead and go into the command prompt here. So inside command prompt, we'll just maximize this, and then we can just go ahead and kick off our Spark shell. So I'll just simply type spark-shell here, and this will kick off Spark shell. And the main benefit here is you don't have to create a Spark session here, because once you are dealing with Spark shell, it is already creating a Spark session for us. So this is pretty fun and very simple. So we can just ignore that step and run the remaining steps in the Spark shell itself. So as you can see, the Spark context is available as SC and the Spark session is available as Spark, which is given same in our application. And there you go. Here is our Spark running on our cluster. So as you can see, we can just go ahead and run all these steps. So here the first step is that just importing all the modules here. So I just imported all the modules. After that, we don't have to create a Spark session. So we have the sample data of the vertex array. So here we have defined the vertex array, and after that we can just define the edge array. So I'll just define the edge array here. This is so simple. And after that we can just create separate RDDs on top of it. The first RDD will be the vertex RDD, as you already know, and then you got the edge RDD, which nothing but holds all the relationships. This is so simple. So you can also try out PySpark shell or the Spark shell to able to test your code, or if you're just getting started, you can just simply do some simple analysis or ad hoc analysis using the Spark shell itself. So you can just get hold of your graph. So let's say this is like the graph. So your graph has been created, which is stored in the graph variable, and you can just simply use the for each method or collect and for each method to get hold of all the vertices here. So as you can see, you got all the vertices as given here, and similarly we can get all the edges here. So these are the edges. So there you go. You got Alice, Bob, Charlie and David, and the edges are friends and follow in your graph. And basically you can calculate the in degree of each vertices using the collect for each method. So here we can just simply run these commands, and here there you go. These are the in degrees of your graph. So basically you can do all sorts of graph computation inside Scala shell itself, or you can use maybe different ID like the IntelliJ, which is very popular nowadays in the data community for dealing with Apache Spark with Scala. So I hope you understood how to build a graph computation application using Apache Spark and the GraphX library.
So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next lecture.